Just I was playing in standard tuning just a minute ago, and I noticed that when playing in the key of E, you don't have to play the chord. You can just play the low note, drone it, and then play your leads on the high strings, and we can do the same thing in open D. So I'm just droning. So let's play on the 3rd fret.
So it's second, fourth, that's on the 5th, right?
So now watch this, bro. You can play. So then I skip over the 3rd string. And of course, the 5th fret, 2nd string is the same as the high note. And I'm just keeping my thumb going. Tunings were, the early players didn't have fine instruments. Many of them just had one string, actually. So the whole idea of playing, on one string. Now you can come up here to the 12th, and because this is the 3rd fret, so this is the 3rd fret here. So, and it's better with a slide, of course. And of course, you don't play with the slide, but so since you don't want to play with the slide, you can play You Gotta Move. You gotta move, you gotta move, you gotta move, child, you gotta move. Run along, get ready, you gotta move. It's just the same notes. 7, 5, 3, open. And then the second string, 3rd fret. And then the 5th string, the 5th fret. So I mean, what we're doing is we're playing on the 7th, the 5th, and the 3rd. So what you can do now is you can turn it into some finger picking. Pinches. And you can play whatever pattern you want. Slide up. So sliding in between. That's all. The thing that makes it possible is that you're pinching. A lot of the time you're playing the low and the high together. The low will be open, but you're pinching. You got to keep the thumb going. And it's just a pinch. Do this. Keep it going.
Yeah.
So a lot of the pinches are in the high, but when when you're pinching the low and the high, but then you play the 4th. You got to keep the thumb going, and half the time it's a pinch, but then on the 4th string it's just the plucking. Of course, I know you don't play a lot of slide, but. Just playing with the slide, but it's the same thing. But the slide. That's what the slide was made to do. don't want to let that slow you down. So then, if you don't like playing with the slide, just play with the scissors. So, if you don't like playing the slide guitar with the slide, use the scissors instead. Hello!
Hi.
One of the things that I really suggest is that you don't play the notes. You just get the picking pattern down. Da 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 da. Just playing on the, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2. I'm playing the second and the high as well. Just get it down, feel the music, get the beat down, get it down, get the beat down, get it down, get the beat down, that's the most important thing in the town. The idea is if you just keep that beat going,
Right.
then the notes don't make any fucking difference. You just got to get the beat going. Beat. Oh, no, don't do that. You told me that I have to avoid nuts.
Oh boy.
So that means I have to avoid all of my friends, all of my family, and 99.99999989879% of the human beings in the world are fucking nuts. So now, if I have to avoid nuts to get rid of my diverticulitis, what do I got to do? Move to a fucking, like hermit monastery up in the mountains where there's no fucking nuts? Because these fucking people, I'm telling you, there's fucking nuts all over the fucking place. And if they tell me I got to avoid nuts, the fuck am I going to do? Well, I mean, like, I can't go to the grocery store because they're all fucking nuts. You ever go to the grocery store where they're in the line with the fucking things in the pack and they knock you the fuck over? They don't watch what you're doing. And they're looking, they're standing there and they're staring at shit and blocking the whole fucking thing? Nuts. I got to avoid nuts. This is fucked up. Playing the E shape with the ring finger off in open D. If you take your ring finger and go off and on the second fret, that's the same as the 5th fret, and it sounds good like this. So you're playing the 4 chord, but you're hammering on and on the second. When you're playing the 5 chord, you can do the same thing on the high string.